Hello everyone, Nick here with Scoggin-Dickey. We appreciate you stopping by for another one of our videos. This is our second product features videos, and the product we're featuring today is actually an entire brand that some of y'all know as GFB, or what it stands for, Go Fast Bits. Now, this company started in the mid-90s in Australia actually, and that's where they're still based, and they have been producing high quality parts, namely for turbocharged vehicles with some of the stuff you see here, but they're starting to branch out in building more and more stuff at that same high quality. And we actually got these guys probably a couple months ago, and I will say I've been pretty impressed by the stuff that I've seen and the stories I've heard from real customers that have been using some of these products. Now in Australia, you don't really find too many V8 cars. They're usually left in classics, and to be honest, not a lot of big builds. If you're doing a Coyote build, a Hemi build, an LS build down there, it is costing big bucks because it takes so much money to ship all the parts down there to build it. They don't have the luxury of a junkyard like some of us do. So they have developed these parts mostly based on high-strung imports. So when you're seeing videos of like a Nissan Skyline making 1,000 horse, or a Honda or a Subaru making like 500, 600, 700, 800 horsepower, some super high-strung stuff, that is what these parts were developed on and what they've expanded from there. So they really know how to make a good high-quality part that can withstand a real beating. And you can tell when you look at it. I, just like some of y'all, have bought some cheaper, blow-off valves or wastegates or what have you over the years, off eBay, off Amazon. We all try to save a buck. And holding some of this in my hands and hearing some of the stories from customers, racers and builders and drifters that really abuse these things, this for sure is a real high-end product. So let's start down the line here and go with blow-off valves. I know that to you and me, you're thinking, well, that's just the thing that makes a lot of noise when they let off the throttle. Yes, it is. And a matter of fact, they even offer different models to where you can adjust that noise. Let's face it, just like exhaust, it does have a purpose, but it also has a side effect we all really like, and that's the noise. So they do offer recirculating blow-off valves. They also offer blow-off valves that have valves built into them where you can actually adjust that, where if you want it to be quieter on some days or louder on others without affecting the flow. They even have electronically controlled ones. So if you're wanting to go out to your favorite car meet or racetrack, open it all the way up so you hear that wonderful whistle that we all love to hear, but then turn it down when you're daily driving it or you hand it off to somebody else to go run an errand. You can do that too. Pretty trick stuff. Now, when you hear me say, well, you can adjust the sound of it, does it affect the flow? And it actually doesn't. These are actually very high flow blow-off valves, so much so that their TMS technology that they have put into these, their entire line of valves, actually reduces that by 30%, that lag, that where you have to build your boost back up in between shifts. Some of us run an automatic on a turbo car, but some of us still run a manual trans. And when you're sitting there rolling gears as fast as possible, that is enough to matter. That can actually make the difference in maybe a tenth of a second in a quarter mile, maybe another tenth of a second on a lap time. It can be a big deal. So they really make more than just something that's made out of high quality materials, which this definitely is, or something that just sounds really nice. They actually do care about how it performs and the durability of it. So really good pieces here. For you guys that have a factory turbocharged vehicle, for instance, some of the ones I'm about to show you here are for like the GM turbocharged cars, like the LTG 4-cylinder and the Camaros, or the Ford EcoBoost. Those are really popular to turn up right now because it's E85, a tune, and some bolt-ons, and those things are making crazy power. It's really awesome. As well as some other line of stuff. They even are, one of the ones I have here is for a BMW for some of the turbocharged cars that they're starting to do. They make diverter valves, the computer controlled side of things. So you can get a very high quality piece that still has the computer control actuation. So some of the guys that were tuning these things up, they were making those adjustments and they were breaking pieces, or they were having performance issues just because the factory OEM stuff was not moving as fast as they needed it to. And I can tell you that there have been a lot of guys that we have talked to that have, for instance, the LTG, 4-cylinder turbo, the Camaros would be the most likely we talk to. They say that they really noticed a difference when they really started turning these things up before they went to a full-blown kit with, external mounted wastegates, external blow-off valves, and went crazy. And they were still using the factory electronics. These really did help them when they were really cranking that boost up. So really good quality stuff here. I also like how they package things. Speaking of these diverter valves, I have another one here. You guys have seen me talk about this in the past. I am an absolute sucker for this stuff. Not only pretty packaging, but nice packaging. This super dense foam, and it holds every little piece just ever so. Man, that is somebody who makes a part and also cares a whole lot about what condition it reaches you in your hands, especially these days when, you know, X shipper is kicking it like they're in the Super Bowl or the World Cup, and they're really beating it up. You know you're going to get this in a really great piece. So I really love stuff like that. And it's not just the mechanical things like blow-off valves or wastegates. It's also the electronic side of stuff. And this is where we've seen a lot of the popular purchases. And it is in their G-Force and D-Force series of controllers. These things have 6 different preset settings that you can set up to do different boost levels for, you know, your street driving all the way up to full kill. You're wanting to go up 50 PSI. You're wanting to really just show everybody what you got. These things on the fly are really nice. And same thing, they're packaged really well. They come with all the wiring and nice little package tubes like this and full instructions. Really, really nice little piece here. And of course, for you guys like to keep it simple and just make a simple adjustment, they also have some pretty high quality anodized billet aluminum mechanical boost controllers. This is kind of the style most of us know, but man, if you're really going for that trick stuff, these electronic boost controllers are where it's at. And to kind of finish up the line of all the, this isn't all they have. More stuff that they offer is their wastegates. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, it's just a big valve that bleeds off the exhaust. I mean, how high quality does it have to be? Well, with that much heat, we have seen where these things have stuck, either open or closed, and not function like they were supposed to. So you're either losing a lot of performance or you're blowing an engine up because it won't bleed off boost. We have seen these absolutely crack and break. I mean, that leaves you stranded at the racetrack. So these are really high quality pieces. And of course, they offer them in a 50 millimeter, 44 millimeter, and 38 millimeter in different connections as well. All the ones we have here on the table are V-band, but they offer some of them with your typical 2-bolt flange for some of you other guys that need different kind of hookups for your hot side of your turbo system. We really appreciate you guys stopping by for another one of our weekly videos. This is our second product feature video, and we wanted to feature these guys because they really do make a good high quality product, and they are very, very popular right now. So I'm glad I was able to get a video of this. I made the video quick because I was afraid we were going to run out of product. These things are flying off the shelf, so I need to package this stuff back up so I can get it up to you guys. If you would, please give us a like, subscribe, and a share on both Facebook and YouTube. We always try to spread this information to help out hot rodders like you and me, and I will see you next week for another weekly video. Thank you.